Walking through the trees and through nature can be calming and relaxing, but if that walk is curated, the trees you're walking under chosen with care, their layout perfected, that simple walk can become absolute bliss. In Arboretum, which was designed by Dan Cassar and published by Philosophia Editions and Renegade Game Studios, you are creating the perfect walk through color and nature. Hi everybody, my name is Nick Murphy of the Brothers Murph. We're here with Board Game Geek, and today's In Focus is sponsored by the BoardGameGeekStore. Well, let's take a stroll through these trees and get this game down to the table as we go in focus on Arboretum. Arboretum is a path-laying card game where players will be collecting tree cards and laying out their perfect pathway. Each player will be given 7 cards to start the game. The cards will have various tree species on them and they will be valued 1 to 8. On their turn, a player will draw 2 cards. Cards may be drawn from the face-down draw deck or from any player's face-up discard pile, including their own. Players will then play 1 card to their Arboretum, placing the new card horizontally or vertically adjacent to another card. Then the player will discard a card from their hand to their personal discard pile. That's it. That's all you do in the whole game. Simple, easy, bliss. But real talk, this game is going to destroy your brain. Players will take turn doing those 3 actions and the game will end once the draw deck is empty. Then your Arboretum will score. Each species of tree can only be scored by 1 player, and this is determined by what's still in the player's hands. Whichever player has the highest sum of cards matching the tree species still in their hand will be allowed to score that species. If there's a tie, both players score. One exception is that if a player has the 8 value of that tree and another player has the 1 value, the 8 value becomes a 0 and contributes nothing to the sum. Then the winning player will score the most valuable path for that species. A path is a trail of orthogonally adjacent cards that begin and end with the same species, though the cards in the middle of the path do not need to match the start and end species. All the cards in the chosen path must also be ascending in value from start to finish. Once the most valuable path is determined, it will score as follows. The path will score 1 point for every card in the path and will score 1 additional point per card if the path is at least 4 cards long and the entire path is of the same species. It will score 1 point if the path starts with a 1 value card and will score 2 points if it ends with an 8 value card. For example here, this dogwood path would score 7 points and this jacaranda path would score 11 points. Players will go species by species, determining who gets to score which trees, and at the end of the scoring, the player with the most points wins. This is a game that's incredibly simple mechanically, but will absolutely melt your brain. You want to make the longest path possible of a particular tree, but you can't score that tree unless you keep enough of those cards back in your hand. And even if you have the massive 8 value card, if someone else has the 1 value card, your 8 value card is now completely worthless. And that doesn't even touch on the complex puzzle of trying to set up your Arboretum in a way that maximizes your scoring. And if this kind of simple, small, but brutal card game seems like something you might enjoy, make sure to check out its page on BoardGameGeek.com. And if you want to update your next game night, make sure to check out the card trays that were featured in this video on the Board Game Geek store. Until next time, I've been Nick Murphy. We're here with Board Game Geek and we've been going in focus on Arboretum. Have a great day.